The Lord be with you, and hello. Joel Olsen here from People's United Methodist Church in Oregon, Wisconsin. And here are some devotional thoughts for today, November 12th, 2020. We've watched a lot of news networks this season, what with the virus and the campaign. There have been countless interviews on TV, and something about those interviews really bugs me. Here's the typical scenario. A news anchor or a host interviews some talking head about something serious and profound. At the end of the interview, the host graciously thanks the guest for their appearance and opinions. And immediately the guest responds, "Thank you." And so it goes. Host says, "Thank you," and guest responds with, "Thank you. Thank you. Thank you." That exchange really bugs me. When I'm in a store or a restaurant and the clerk is in their teens or 20s or 30 something, and I say thank you, so often I get no problem. Except that kind of flippant response is a problem for our deteriorating social contract, the way we treat one another. My favorite weatherman on local TV will give a sunny forecast. The anchor will thank him, and all he can manage is, "Yep," with a smile, of course. But really? Yep. Parents teach their children to say thank you for a gift given or a kindly deed done for them. But haven't we forgotten the rest of the social contract? Haven't we failed to teach them or to show them that the polite and humane response is to answer, "You're welcome"? Traveling through Alabama on our way to Florida a few years ago, a teenage boy waited on us in a restaurant. When I said thank you for his service, he responded, "You're welcome." I was so startled I couldn't help it. I asked him why he said that. "Well, sir, that's how we're raised here in the South. And my mother would kill me if she found out how I wasn't polite to you." Apart from his calling me sir, I felt he was treating me like a real person, the essence of our human relationships. In this month, when Thanksgiving is on our minds, it should not be too much to ask one another to be attentive to our social contract. The response to thank you is not a grunt, a yip, a no problem. This really bugs me. The response to thank you is "you're welcome." And I almost never hear it on TV. Listen for yourself. Now, when I get wound up about this, my wife will ask, "But don't you remember what Mother Teresa said?" And that usually stops me in my tracks and gives me pause. For Mother reminds us all that ultimately we have a higher contract with our God for how we relate to others. Listen to this poem from Mother Teresa. It could very likely change our outlook on many things. People are often unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, there may be jealousy. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see, Mother Teresa concludes, in the final analysis, it is between you and your God. It was never just between you and them anyway. In this month of Thanksgivings, we offer ours to God, and God says, you're welcome. God doesn't say it in words. God doesn't say no problem. He says, you're welcome with his Son, who so loved this world that he was willing to die that we might live better. Think of that. God's sacrifice of his Son to make us truly humane. So, however our social contract with others unfolds, whether we are taken for granted or misunderstood, ignored or treated politely, it was never really between them and us anyway. In the final analysis, it is our God and his ways that lifts us up to forgive our neighbor and treat them with consideration anyway. So, thanks for these thoughts, you might say. Yep, no problem. No, no, you're welcome to the grace of God that fills our hearts with compassion and with thanksgiving. You are welcome.